Hello, Soldierboy here, and welcome to the channel update for March to April. I think that's right. I always get confused with how this kind of sits. Anyway, aside from that, let's start with live streams. Live streams in March, we finished Uncharted Lost Legacy. We also finished Astro's Playroom and Astrobot as well. And then we began Assassin's Creed Shadows, which has been ongoing ever since, after you guys voted for it to take part in all our live streams. I'm thoroughly enjoying it. Assassin's Creed Shadows is incredible. So much to do, so much to see. Really enjoying that so far. With the games we finished, Uncharted Lost Legacy is dumb. There's no reason to go back to it. Astro's Player and Astrobot could potentially we can go back to and do the platinum runs. We don't need many trophies for each, so there's always a potential there for get platinums for the channel. It's something I'm thinking about as we currently sit on 19 platinums, and we haven't got one this year. We only gained one last year. It's on my radar. Whether we do it or not, I don't know just yet. We've also continued Elden Ring's DLC Shadow of the Erdtree. Thoroughly enjoying it. Obviously, it's got its difficulty. But yeah, I've been thoroughly enjoying that. We'll go back to that in the afternoon streams once we finish Assassin's Creed Shadows. Now, that's the live streams. Our episodic content. We finished Far Cry 5's DLC Lost on Mars, and we started Dead Living Zombies. And then after that, we're going to start Far Cry New Dawn. That'll be coming up in April. Very soon, I think. We also began Metal Gear Solid for the first time, as voted for by you guys, as part of the Metal Gear Solid Master Collection, and that's going really well so far as well. We continued in Wreckfest career mode. We also continued in SnowRunner and moved to Alaska for the first time in March as well, and that's a whole different ball game in Alaska, but we get in there with it. So all in all, we've been playing a lot of games over March, and a lot of them will continue into April. But some of those will finish in April as well when we move on to other things as well. Let's talk about April as a whole quickly. So we have an issue. At the end of this week, the Easter holidays begin. And anyone who's been with the channel long enough knows holidays, school holidays especially, affect the channel massively. We lose a lot of subscribers. We lose viewership. We lose everything because we can't stream as much as we do now in holidays because everyone's home and I don't have a dedicated room for streaming or anything. Also, I don't want to take away that family time. So every time there's any school holiday, we do all our streams go downhill. And we'll try and stream when we can, but none of it's guaranteed. And the episodic content normally would be caught up, but I'm having this issue after changing meds with drowsiness, and I keep falling asleep while editing and stuff and recording, to be fair. Wreckfest, I've recorded the same episode several times over and fell asleep during every single one of them. It's ridiculous. So yeah, we're still massively behind on episodic content, which has been an issue for a little while now. While we're on the subject of me and injuries and stuff, obviously drowsiness with the change of medication has been an issue and is an ongoing issue that I don't know how to solve or can't solve really. We now have we've had a consultation now about the spinal implant, so we need to start beginning the test for the implant to see if we're eligible. The first is an MRI. We get an updated MRI in May, so the rest of the tests I think will be after that. But something for you guys to be aware of, we're going to be going for these tests. That's going to interrupt streaming a little bit as well, but we'll see how we go with the appointments and things. I don't quite know what it's all going to involve. All I know is the MRI is the first stage. And then we go from there because we've got to make sure there's enough room for the leads in the spinal canal, I think is what they said. Something like that. Anyway, in regards to me and injuries, I've had my good days, I've had my bad days. You know, I'm annoyed at myself for the drowsiness affecting the streams, even though I know I can't help it. It does bug me, and I'm in the middle. I fall asleep chatting to my other half. It's really bad at times. Pain wise has been heightened as well. When I don't sleep very well, pain is heightened. I've had a lot of that recently. A lot of that's been kept away from streams via painkillers, or maybe it's been stubborn and not saying anything. But yeah, it's been tough. March wasn't the start of March wasn't too bad. End of March, it's been a bit tough. We're having more bad days than good days recently. But yeah, like I say, most of the time you guys won't notice, and that's the main thing for me, is not allowing that to come across as much as possible. We also had a membership vote during March. This was your guys' chance to say yes, you want memberships, no, or you don't. I was on the side of no, let's not do memberships, and it won. I won. Perfect. I had a few messages of concern after the vote had happened. So they were saying, you know, obviously you're medically retired now. Memberships was a way of gaining an income. And obviously, most of you know my stance on sponsorship and stuff, where we don't do sponsorship unless it's something we use already. Which narrows down, obviously, what we're going to allow to be sponsored. Now, their concern was obviously that's an area of income I'm losing out on. I'm being a bit stubborn about with the memberships. Now, first of all, financially, I don't really want to talk too much about it, but financially, the insurance is all done and dusted. We got a payout, and from that payout, I've allocated money to cover myself, bills, family time, holidays, all that stuff. I've allowed from that sum of money 5 years. So I've given myself 5 years of don't need to worry about working, don't need to worry about paying the bills, that's all covered. Don't need about spending money or buying games, it's all covered for 5 years. Towards the end of year 4, I'll start thinking about my next plan, whether that's retraining or carry on full-time streaming or go back to work in some degree. It's all going to depend, especially on the spinal implant and when we have that as well, and what state that leaves us in. But that's why I allowed myself 5 years. So financially, please don't worry. I'm absolutely fine. As I say, I've got 5 years money allocated. So yeah, that doesn't matter. I will say that also donations, obviously, you guys are amazing, and some of you have donated money, and I really appreciate it. You really don't have to. It's not expected, or I feel really weird talking about it, but it's not expected. But a massive thank you. It's really appreciated. It really is. It goes towards the channel, goes towards whatever game we're doing next. And I do appreciate it massively. But don't feel like anyone's obligated to, because it's definitely not needed. But yeah, I do appreciate it massively. But yeah, just to put it in mind at ease, yes, the memberships is a loss of income. But remember, I did say I didn't want him. So I kind of was on the no vote anyway. And I won, essentially. But yeah, I'm fine, honestly. We've got 5 years, and then at the end of year 4, we'll start planning ahead and thinking what's going to happen. If we carry on full-time streaming, we carry on full-time streaming. It's not an issue. But I don't want anyone to worry about me in that kind of respect, if that makes sense. What else have I got on my list to talk about? I did make a list. So, upcoming games, and these aren't necessarily coming out in April, but something I want to talk about. So, Assassin's Creed Shadows was now ongoing. We're going to lose 12 streaming days during these holidays, potentially, maybe less if we can get some streams in, but it's going to depend on other things. With Assassin's Creed Shadows, when it finishes, we don't know what's coming next. Obviously, we'll go back to Shadow of the Erdtree for Elden Ring. It's not finished. We then need to talk about whether the afternoon streams will stay for that style of game. Sekiro, all them that style. Do we just keep the afternoon streams for that or not? We need to decide that at some point. But that will wait till after Shadows is done, because we need to be near the end of the Erdtree really to be able to make that decision anyway. But after Shadows, we haven't got a plan of what comes next. Now, I have got a plan. I don't know what I'm going to do about it yet. So, looking ahead for the rest of the year and games coming up that I've got my mind on that I want to play and may not put to a vote. And I know this is going to annoy people because we always put the majority of things to the vote. We didn't put Shadows to the vote. We did do a vote for how many streams it's going to have, but we didn't put it to the vote. And there will be games that I really desperately want to play on release that don't go to the vote. But at the same time, I also don't want to ruin the story for anyone else. And in the past, we have put something to the vote and said, do you want us to delay doing this until a month after its release? If there's any games people would rather us wait on, that I talk about in a minute, because you want to experience it yourself first, then let me know in the comments and we'll do a vote on delaying for a month after release. But Death Stranding 2, so that releases 26th of June. Although you can pre-order and get early access, so you start on the 24th of June. That's one I definitely want to do. I want to do that live. We did the first game, thoroughly enjoyed it. I want to do Death Stranding 2. But again, let us know what you think about release or not release. The other one is a bit of a weird one, and I know it's not going to be to everyone's taste, Roadcraft. So that releases the 20th of May. Now, my thinking is maybe Assassin's Creed Shadows finishes around that time. Roadcraft would be fantastic. If you haven't seen anything about Roadcraft, go and have a look. It is similar to SnowRunner, but a lot more in depth. I want to do it live, and there is a reason for this. So obviously we have SnowRunner episodically. I want to do expeditions at some point, but I don't want to do it episodically while SnowRunner's running, because you got two of the same. So that's waiting until after SnowRunner finishes, which is a long time from now. Roadcraft I don't want to wait till after SnowRunner and Expeditions. I want to play it sooner. And I don't want to do episodically because it's the same as SnowRunner. So I was thinking, do it live. Maybe until Death Stranding 2 comes out. Kind of allows that time frame. So that's kind of my thinking at the minute. Roadcraft live from the 20th of May. Death Stranding 2 from June. Yeah, let me know what you guys think about that kind of plan. The other two games I've got on my list is Ghost of Yotai. No release date as of yet, but that's something I do want to do on release if possible. And Mafia: The Old Country, Mafia 4 essentially. We've done the 3 Mafias as episodic content. I don't mind doing it episodically when it comes out. I don't know how we fit that in and it depends on what else is finishing or doing at that point, but I wouldn't mind either streaming it or episodically. That's the one game I don't mind either one because we did the other 3 episodically. But they're the 4 games I've currently got my eye on that I want to do. Whether on release, maybe delayed by a month, I'm not sure. But we've kind of got to work them things out. That's kind of where my head is in terms of what's coming up. But as for April, we'll continue on with Assassin's Creed Shadows till it's done. Obviously, losing the Easter holidays a little bit as well. I was asked recently about evening streams again. Now, with the drowsiness being what it is, it's not possible. It really isn't. I've had many nights of going to bed and I've never been able to sleep with the TV on. Always have to switch everything off before I can go to sleep. Very light sleeper. I've been falling asleep with everything on without knowing I'm asleep. It's really weird and it's really difficult to describe. But yeah, I will fall asleep randomly. My phone is on my chest because I was reading something maybe beforehand. TV's on and I'm asleep. And I'll wake up an hour or two later and go, oh, I've had a sleep done. And it is so random. I was sat there speaking to my other half and literally having a proper conversation, and I fell asleep during the conversation. What's worse is I carried on talking for that conversation. I've got no recollection. I was playing Football Manager on the laptop the other day, and again fell asleep. My other half was watching me, and she said, "You were still playing it while snoring." And I was. I was literally still managing my team and stuff while asleep. I've again no recollection. So yeah, evening streams are currently a no because I can't guarantee I'll be awake. We could probably still play happily and stream happily, but I may not be awake for it. I'd rather know what's happening. So yeah, it's one of those weird ones. There's nothing I can do about it at the minute. I'm trying different things. I'm trying different protein shakes. I was living off Lucozade for a while to see if that helped. I don't want to go down the energy drink route because it's really bad for you long term. I don't really want that. I'm trying to lose weight as it is for the spinal implant. Not going well currently because I can't exercise and stuff, but you know. So yeah, it's one of those. So anyone has any idea how to stop drowsiness, please let me know. And I can't not take the painkillers, so that doesn't quite help. But yeah, that's kind of where I'm at. That's where the channel is. I think we're doing really well. As I say, I don't even know how many subscribers we've got because we don't look, we don't care. It's not a big deal. I think we're going to receive, I think it is April, we'll receive another paycheck from YouTube. I think it used to be one every 6 months. We're getting down to one every 3 months potentially now. A lot of that's down to you guys with your super thanks and things, to be fair. But yeah, so we're gaining a little bit of money that pays for the games that we go and do. But yeah, that's kind of it for me. I think that's everything. I've talked about what happened in March, games we finished, games we continued, games we started, potentially going back to Playroom and Astrobot. Yeah, I think I'm there. I've actually followed my list. A massive thank you, guys. You guys have been incredible the past month, especially with the moments where I've been very drowsy in stream and people have said something. Which if you feel that I'm really drowsy in stream or not quite with it, put it in chat because if I see it, it can knock me out of it. And it did happen. Crazy Ice mentioned it in chat the other day, and it was me seeing that made me click to the point that I could then wake myself up. It's really weird, hard to kind of explain properly, but it helped because I then recognised, oh shite, yeah, I am now really drowsy. I need to stop this. It just gives me that moment to wake myself up properly and carry on. But yeah, so don't be afraid to say something. It's not an issue. I'm not embarrassed by it. It is what it is. There's nothing we can do about it at the end of the day. But yeah, a massive thank you for March. A massive thank you to those for April as well. We're going to lose subscribers as we always do over the holidays. We gain them back eventually. It's not the end of the world. It doesn't matter. And the same as our views. We start getting the algorithm back on our side and then there's no school holiday. School holidays happen far too often, but that is the issue, and that is going to be the issue with the channel going forward all the time. It has been for the last 4 years. We'll get the algorithm on side, we start gaining better numbers, and then it goes downhill because we have to stop. But it is what it is. I'm trying to catch up of episodic content. Hopefully, we can get ahead again and try and stop, missing these big chunks of time. But time will tell. But that's it. That's everything I can think of to say. Massive thank you to you guys so much, and thank you for everything you guys have done for the channel. And yeah, we continue in Assassin's Creed Shadows as of this afternoon after this video is live. So a massive thank you, guys. You guys have been incredible. And that is it. We will see you this afternoon for Assassin's Creed Shadows. Until then, enjoy the rest of your day. And we'll see you in a live stream very soon.